Hello and welcome back to my Helluva Boss reviews. We'll be talking about every single episode, any weird Easter eggs and references, callbacks to the rest of the show. Sometimes you'll see my Sona, which leads us into episode 7, Ozzie's. Uploaded Halloween 2021. In it, Blitz tries getting involved in Eminem's anniversary, having to go on a date with Stolas to get there, and shenanigans ensue. The episode opens with a magazine with Veronica on it. Imp gossip. Binge drinking is sexy, which is why Luna's drinking. In the last episode, she struggled to read the book in red flashing lights, but here she literally sits her beer down and activates it. The crew are on an off-screen lumberjack adventure, and it turns out that Eminem have been together for a year. The crew has fixed the fish tank, but has yet to get new eels since the first episode. Blitz is not to follow Eminem. We see posters of Imp and also Blitz drawn onto a horse. People get around to different reigns of hell via a literal elevator, clearly designed by Lucifer given the golden angelicness, and also apples. We see a couple hell citizens for the first time in the background, like Envy Fish and Sloth Candle people who look like Baphomet. The elevators are kind of like airports. Eminem are dressed really cute for their date. The newspaper Blitz has shows the events of Lululand, also an exterminator from Hazbin Hotel. Blitz's name for Luna in his phone is Looney Poo, and her voice message is literally the only time we hear her voice in the episode. We make it down to the Lust Ring in its purple blue sky and neon everything. Ozzie is of course Osmosius. The way they spell it, I think it might be a reference to Ozzy Osbourne. His club looks like a circus tent because Vivian Madrano loves circus. The bouncer guy is played by Edward Bosco, aka Pilot Alistair, and Blitz is not allowed in because he doesn't have a date. Even the dumpsters have neon lights on them. We see a sign from Lululand as well as an angel dust poster, which makes no sense being in the Lust Ring because the sinners are trapped in the Pride Ring. But then again, I guess the Hellborn can travel to the Pride Ring to see him. So plan B, Stolas. Stolas is home alone with his bowl of Lucky Charms and CGI globe. He watches Helluva novella on a Hell GTV, referencing LGTVs, which are hell. Stolas has a very fancy caller ID. The geography of the scene is really weird. Given that Blitz was thrown into the dumpster like this, that means the bouncer would have to walk across the street, then go into the other building just to throw Blitz out like this. But either way, Stolas and Blitz are going on their first date. Stolas still has his shirt from Lululand, but Stolas grabs his finest green screen cape from Chowder, and using his royal privilege, he gets into the club where you need a reservation for. Probably tossing a couple out because of it. Wouldn't it have been funny if the couple that was tossed out because of it would have been Eminem? Stolas and his gray streak in his hair is loving it. I mean, I would too. I especially love the detail of this mural in the upper corner that is just on screen for a second, but they put the detail in anyway. Blitz needs to use some books to see Stolas' eye level. One of the books is the Kama Sutra. Also known as the Principles of Love, is an ancient Indian text about sexuality, eroticism, and the pursuit of happiness. It's one of those things that everyone's kind of heard a joke about, but probably hasn't actually known what it is. Blitz sees two of Veronica's succubus, a clown, and two of those candle heads hanging out with Stolas' butler. Veronica's incubus are totally a thing, and speaking about her, she's also here and looking absolutely flawless. Wally Wackford is also here for some reason, totally crushing on Veronica, and we can also hear him later yelling at Moxxie. This imp is getting the Glug Glug 9000, this guy likes to watch, and there's Eminem. Me gushing about the background characters, and Vizarali appears. Unlike in Lululand, this is the real deal. With a slightly different color scheme, but he still has mechanical limbs, making him all stretchy and stuff. He references Lululand being burned down. Also, his mic is a vibrator. Like Peacemaker. Hey yo, they got Beelzejuice in the background. I guess this is the equivalent of Hell Juggalos. Moxxie didn't just reserve a spot, but he also reserved a way to sing. The song starts out kinda like Oh Millie. It's really cute and wholesome, but then Ember McLean appears, Osmosius, shifting the song to House of Osmosius. Basically saying, cut that wholesome gay shit out, this is a place of lust. The summoning circle here is of course Osmosius's, which is also the thumbnail. I guess this is technically normal Osmosius, and this is his full demon form. It's a very fun looking design, with the Oogie Boogie face, the crazy hair, the weird waist, in the typical way that Viz draws suits. like with Alistair and Serpentius. And I love they didn't just make the one who resembles Lust female like so many other shows do. And I also love the lighting in this scene, because of course I do. But that's also not his normal colors. He's played by the same guy who plays Tex, and we can also see 3 faces on him because a reference to the actual biblical Osmosis. And House of Osmosis is probably one of the best songs of the season. It's very catchy with fun lyrics, and I love how much it shifts, like when we get to Blitz, who starts defending Eminem, and it becomes a diss track at Blitz and Stolas.
Blitzo? I used to date.
Oh, Veronica, you're...
Wouldn't admitting dating him in the past would just hurt your represent? Never mind. Even Stolas is into it.
But you're gay! Girl, please. Nobody's that gay.
Stolas, is that you? Are you sleeping with an imp?
Yeah, he wasn't really keeping it a secret last time you saw him in Harvest Moon, dude.
You used to have a smoking wife, a kid, you had it all. I hope you didn't give it up so you and him could get it up.
Wait a minute, when did they separate? But Millie knocks out Vizarali and they take back the song. It's pretty obvious Ozzie and Viz are into each other. So Ozzie tells Eminem to GTFO. Blitz drops off Stolas.
Yeah.
You know, I have some more wine in the house. Octavia's with her mother this weekend, so...
So they did separate, so why haven't we saw this before?
Stolas, don't act like what we have is anything but you wanting me to fuck you, okay? You make that really clear all the time.
Good night, Blitz.
Night.
It's actually a really well done emotional scene that actually tackles how both of them actually see the relationship, with Stolas seeing it as a way to escape his sheltered traditional life or something he actually enjoys, but Blitz sees it as just work. This is our first time seeing Blitz's apartment. You see a bunch of photos on the wall of the others, but he's drawn over himself. We can tell that Luna has the one room, and Blitz just sleeps on the couch because he is a good dad. But Luna went with Tex to a party. Setting up next episode, Blitz has an Xbox. And just like me, during the night, he looks at photos of his past. He has a map app that resembles the Rings of Hell, what resembles Instagram, Gmail, McDonald's, Voxum Hasman Hotel, Messenger, a horse game, Envy, TikTok, camera, gallery, Be Eats, resembling Beelzebub, Osmosis dating app, something, Lucifer app, Mammon, probably banking app, and something. The photos include him and Stolas, him and Eminem, Moxxie on his first day of the job, him adopting Luna, which we can see the adoption certificate in the background, him with Veronica with her in a sparkly dress, and we can see that her tattoo wasn't X'd out yet, which doesn't really make that much sense given that the crew didn't know that Blitz dated Veronica, so I would assume that they dated before she was famous, but whatever. He used to be friends with Vizarali when they were teens and kids, and we can tell that the white spot over Blitz's eye isn't there yet. But what really catches his eyes is a photo of him and his family, which causes him to cry. This is a fantastic episode. It's really funny, the lighting is amazing. House of Osmosis is a great song, the emotions hit very hard. The only criticism I have of the episode is I think it probably would have hit even harder if we already knew that Stolas and Stella were separated before the episode. But either way, it still gets a 10 out of 10. Remember to hit the like button, share with your friends, comment your thoughts and opinions, and subscribe if you're new.